The 2025 Rivian R1S is a spec'd out, teched out family hauler that can oh so elegantly go from a morning of running errands and dropping kids off at school and navigating crowded parking lots to an afternoon or weekend of off-road adventure that only Rivian can do this well. The R1S somehow can seamlessly blend so much style, class, and fun. There's just so much to love about Rivian's all-electric SUV. And if you're looking to pick one up in 2025, this is the video for you. Let's crunch the currents with Recurrent, take a look at what the numbers say about this vehicle, and tell you why this might just be the all-electric family hauler you have been looking for. Because gotta tell you, with my few days with this thing, it is oh so much fun to drive. Here's the big stuff you need to know. These days, Rivian is working on a bunch of different models you might have seen pop up in headlines or news reports, but currently, the company is only selling two vehicles. There's the R1T, that's their take on the electric pickup truck, and also this one here, the R1S, which is more of a SUV crossover sort of solution. There are 4 different trims of the R1S you can choose from, and you can opt for different colors, you can configure different battery packs, wheel options. It can be a little overwhelming, but if you really want to dial in the vehicle for you, Rivian gives you tons of options you can choose from to build the spec that is just right for what's going to be sitting in your garage or driveway. The quickest R1S in the lineup is going to do 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds, and the R1S is going to start with a base price of $75,900 as of filming. Now, when it comes to range, this is where Recurrent's insights are going to be super valuable because they're taking a look at real-world miles driven by real customer vehicles and not just flash and stats that Rivian wants you to see. After observing well over 2 million miles of R1Ss connected to the Recurrent platform, the data here is very, very useful and gives us a glimpse at what you're actually going to see when you drive this thing. EPA estimated range, of course, is going to range from 258 to 371, depending on the model of Rivian out there. And of course, there's a new model there that's not out just yet. But the typical range here, what Recurrent observed, is gonna range from 219 miles to 316 miles, depending on the configuration you go with. Thanks to Recurrent, we're also able to take a bit of a deeper dive into those digital digits, and there's a lot we can learn. In just about 10 minutes, you can add about 75 miles of range to the battery on this vehicle. And even better than that is that just shy of 20 minutes is gonna add about 100 miles of range to the vehicle, and 84% of range is retained even when the weather is very cold. Like, we're talking freezing temperatures, which is very good and extremely solid. In addition to these stats, Recurrent's also got way more info on their website showing how things like changing temperature conditions, hot or cold, could affect the real world range you're going to experience, more charging info, warranty info, and more. We'll throw a link down in the description so you can get some real world info on what it's gonna be like to live with a Rivian R1S. One of the things that might not be super noticeable from the get-go, but I think a lot of people will learn to love, is the design language of this vehicle, because Rivian is really doing a lot to blend like the all-electric sort of future modern SUV with things that are a little bit more traditional. So on the outside here, you've got this cool mix of different horizontal and vertical lights to give you a really slick lighting setup. You've sort of got this light bar on the back of the vehicle, and overall the shape is different but familiar. It's new, but also sort of old. It's this sort of mix of new, modern, and classic that, again, I can't really put my finger on, but only something really Rivian I've seen has really done so far in the market. Your charging port is located on the front of the vehicle. No NACS port here for North America just yet. And I've got to say, one of my favorite features of the R1S is on the back, as you actually have this split opening approach for the rear of the vehicle. So the top portion will open up separately, which is great for sort of keeping things from falling out as you open the back of the vehicle. And then if you do want to open that bottom part, one press of a button will release that bottom section. Moving on to the inside, the interior here is minimal, but also very robust. 2 large screens display all of the info you'd want to access and see while driving. You can option it like we've got here with this wood accent, which is very nice, sort of makes the cabin feel a little bit more homey and a little bit more outdoorsy, so to speak. You've got comfortable seating with really nice bolstering, you've got wireless charging, and a really nice pane of glass up top that makes the cabin feel very open and airy. And if you're comparing the Rivian truck with the Rivian SUV, you might be thinking about going with the SUV route because you want to not only haul a lot of things, but also you want to haul people. Maybe you're doing road trips, you want to make sure everybody's going to be comfortable. And I've got to say, this definitely would be a great family road trip hauler, as there is plenty of room for putting junk in the trunk, and also plenty of room to keep your passengers very, very comfortable. Our model here is equipped with 3 rows. You've got 2 seats obviously in the front, you've got a bench in the middle, and then 2 additional seats in the back, which are a little small, but still quite usable, especially for smaller children. Rear passengers also have access to a plethora of USB-C ports. They've got a screen back here for controlling their climate and audio system within the vehicle. There's even a hotspot capability, so you can actually share the vehicle's hotspot to use as Wi-Fi in the vehicle, which I'm sure families will love. And also, I gotta say, one of my favorite features here is how quickly and easily all of the seats lay flat, that if you want to do a lot of hauling of objects, for example, maybe a surfboard, bikes, whatever it may be, you can easily put all the seats down flat and have all that room for loading the vehicle up and doing your hauling. Let's talk about the driving experience in the Rivian R1S. One of the things that I think Rivian does really well, and I think will be very nice for a lot of you who might be transitioning from a gas car over to an electric vehicle, is there's a lot of ways to customize the ride feel and the drive settings. You can adjust your regen braking, for example. So if you want to account for more of that one pedal driving experience or less, you can really adjust that. And with so many different modes to choose from and so many different settings you can change, Rivian does really let you dial in your driving profile to find something that works best for you and to really give you the most comfortable driving experience possible. And with that said, I think the R1S does a great job in providing just that. It's a very comfortable driving experience, from the lack of road noise and cabin noise to the comfortable seats and the bolstering to the suspension. The Rivian is a very excellent driver. Another part of the driving experience, of course, is the software and the screens. Rivian is doing their own software solution here. There's no Apple CarPlay or Android Auto like Tesla. They are doing their own software in-house, and in a lot of ways, it's very good. I will say it has some weak points that I'm sure will be addressed. The mapping system, it just isn't, I think, on the level of what Tesla's doing. I had some crashes with the music app in a couple of times that I was testing the vehicle over the last week or so. And one of the things that I just think bothers me, at least personally, is that while there is a secondary display here which shows you nice relevant info like your speedometer, your state of charge, your drive mode, and some mapping information, because you've got a full traditional steering wheel here, it sort of cuts into the top of the view. And while you're not missing out on anything entirely crucial, I do think it's a little odd that a company would, purpose build this vehicle and build the hardware and software with all of this in mind, but have a display that's a bit cut off by the steering wheel here while you're driving the vehicle. And I know you can sort of do some adjustments to try to account for that, but overall I did find that a little bit annoying, though it is something you will get used to. Overall visibility in the vehicle is fantastic as well. I've got great visibility here up front. I've got a nice large window in the back and a nice large rear view mirror, so I've got plenty of visibility here. It's going to give you a very, very comfortable drive here, great turning radius, and when you want a little bit of that, instant torque to remind you why you bought an EV, it's going to give you that. And it's going to do a really good job. Also, the R1S's sibling, the R1T, won the award for most efficient truck. Sales of Rivian vehicles have nearly tripled from 2023 to 2024. The company is definitely growing really fast. It's exploding with popularity. And I think for many people looking to make the switch from a gas vehicle to an electric vehicle for the very first time, Rivian does a very nice job of blending traditional sort of vehicle cabin things you'd expect, speedometer in the place you'd expect, physical stocks, buttons, things like that, with the more forward-thinking technology stuff you'd expect in a 2025 flagship EV. All that to say, if you're looking to haul a lot of pets, people, or things in 2025, you're looking for a more premium, elevated experience, you're looking for power, performance, all that, I think the Rivian R1S checks the boxes of and is certainly worth your time, your consideration, and also a test drive as well. If you want to learn more, you can hit the link down below and check out more on Recurrent's website at recurrentauto.com.